Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 14. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. We started the episode with Wendy basically confronting Angel with some news that she had. Now we circling back. Y'all remember a few episodes ago, Wendy let Gizelle know that, hey, a real estate agent friend of mine told me that Angel is looking for a house that's worth $15,000 a month, but she's only willing to pay $1,000 a month. That's where we at. We done reached back and grabbed that, and we bringing it to present day. Now, me, I know nothing about real estate, and I know nothing about Potomac. But what I do know is, you're not getting a house for $1,000 a month. No, not especially not in this economy. No, no, no. Like maybe 30 years ago, yeah. Today, presently, 2026, no. 2025, no. You're not going to do that. Now, let me pause there. You're not going to do that unless you have a hookup. I'm talking about you got a family friend. You got a family member. It's like, hey, I have this rental property. Would you like to rent it? I'll give it to you for the low. You have a friend or a family member. Hey, I'm being relocated for my job. I don't want to sell my house. Would you like to rent it for the low? That is the only way I can see that. Am I mad if the Angel tried to do that? No, because I would love to do that. I would have tried to do that. If I can get something that costs this amount and I can get it for lower, by all means, I would do that. But the thing is, I am not Angel Massey. And it's the fact that Angel, I was like, Wendy, is this for real, or is this something you just pulling out your hat? It's the fact that Angel was like, well, maybe she's just mad because she couldn't find me a property. So I'm like, hold up. This real estate agent is mad because she couldn't find you a property that you like, so now she's going out here and telling other folks that you was trying to get a $15,000 house and only spent $1,000 for it. Is this what you're telling me? So Stacy's like, well, why don't we just call this real estate agent friend? And Wendy looks at her like, oh, so now you want to call? But you didn't want to call TJ at the reunion? She's like, oh, that's different. It is. It is different. She's like, that's personal. This is business. Those two things are different. But Angel's like, no, we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to put a pin into this because I have a business that is going to be doing some things in 2026. And I can't have people out here spreading lies about me. And I was like, this is why this lady did not want y'all in her house. It would be different if it was like, a beach house or a vacation home and she didn't, y'all could go there. But this is this lady's actual factual house where her family sleeps at night. This is where they have their meals. This is where their kids run around and playing and being children. This is where her and her husband strategize about what next business venture they're going to be doing. This is supposed to be a safe space where I can come home, relax, kick off my shoes and relax my feet. Shout out to Escape. I don't want your negative energy in my house. And the fact that Gizelle, had the nerve to get upset that she wasn't invited to Angel's house, I'm like, have we forgotten how you did not want Wendy or Candace inside your house? The house that you Lego together with two other houses. Like you had a main house, you bought that, and then you went and Lego two other houses on each side. Have we forgot that, Gizelle? The ladies have a yoga session, and the only person not participating is Angel. Everybody else is on the floor on their yoga mats, breathing in, breathing out, doing all the things except Angel. And a few of the ladies are confused, like, how come Angel is just sitting up here not participating and we are? This switches to Gizelle being upset because she gave everybody beautiful rooms with bathrooms, and she did not get one because they was going around saying, what are your intentions for this weekend and all this other stuff. So Gizelle is mad because she is not being treated the way she wants to be treated. Even though she likes to treat people ugly all the time, left, upright, down, sideways, and in a circle. She will treat you bad and still expect you to treat her like the queen that she thinks she is. She's upset because she doesn't have a room with a bathroom. She is even thinking about getting a hotel room somewhere else. Now, this is where Angel can be like, well, I provided you with a room So if you want to go out there and get a hotel room, that's on you. And this is when it's like, well, how come Gizelle can't stay with you? Why does Gizelle have to stay at Angel's house? First of all, she called this lady a catfish. She was the one that put it out there that, oh, so she got evicted. She was using the words eviction. She was using the word catfish. And you expect Angel to be like, yeah, sure, Gizelle, come stay at my house. No. Kay, she is over having the doggone spouts of crying. And when I tell you that is one annoying feeling, like last year sometime I was on some medication. I don't remember what it was because it's been almost a year. And it wasn't until like I would just start crying for no reason. I'm like, what is going on? That is a very annoying feeling when you just sitting there and nothing is making you sad and you just start crying. This is what the altitude seemed to have done to Kay. She is just crying for no reason at all. Like this girl needs to go sit down somewhere. The altitude just messing her up, and she done already took some kind of pill. What pill was, I don't know. She didn't specify, and she done probably had her a glass of champagne. So all that's mixing up is just like it done threw Kay completely off. Now everybody wants to wonder why Tia gets to stay at Angel's house. Well, Tia explains to us that, hey, she has gotten really close with Kay as of late. And since Kay and Angel are best good friends, it just seems only right that she would, stay at Angel's house. Angel had already told them, we have 6 bedrooms, and, 4 of them, wait a minute, we got 6 bedrooms. Her and her husband got 1. Then the kids got 2. That's 1, 2, 3. He got a man cave. That's 4. So 5, 6. That's only 6 bedrooms. Yeah, I did the math right, y'all. Yeah, but it's like, why does Gizelle need to stay at Angel's house? They be getting on my nerve with that. Why Gizelle need the princess tree? The ladies at the Airbnb, they're still a little bit upset because this is supposed to be a girls' trip. And how's it a girls' trip when 3 of the ladies are in this location and everybody else is over here? And I understand that. And if Angel, her sole purpose was to bring them to Colorado, they didn't necessarily have to all be at her house. It could have been a situation where you got a larger Airbnb and everybody under one roof. That could have been an option, but I don't know why they didn't pick that. So, of course, the ladies are upset because they're all supposed to be together. Gizelle and Ashley, they are still complaining. Wendy, she is more of like, how are we supposed to be a girls' trip and we're all separated? Monique was like, I thought we were supposed to be together and it's supposed to be like a pajama party. So they are upset. So now they have to get dressed and go to Angel's house. Now on the way there, Monique, this is the second time where Monique, she is comparing her relationship that she had with Chris Samuels with the relationship Angel has with her husband. And I won't say his name is Bobby. And if that is not his name, I do apologize. But I believe Angel's husband's name is Bobby. And she's like, I know how it was, you doing everything by yourself and your partner not helping you. And I was like, I don't necessarily think that is the same thing. And I mean, I don't know. I'm only seeing a clip of Angel. I haven't ever been in a physical space with Angel, so I don't know. But I think it's a little bit projecting. And I like that Jazzy, she just sat there and listened because she was like, it's not good you be comparing what situation you with your husband and compare it with him because you don't really know these people like that for real. And you can find issue in just the littlest things and then try to compare what you went through and be like, well, see, this is what I told you. And now, I know last episode of Ladies, in like a few episodes, they've talked about how Bobby was being, aggressive. Their words, not mine. And I don't even know if they used the word aggressive. But like when he was like, we'll get there when we get there. And it was like, there has been plenty of times when the location that these ladies are trying to go on, and look at me like defending Angel. That's weird because Angel been working my nerves this whole season. But anyways, like for my house to the location that you're trying to get me to be at, it's a good distance away. And on top of that, they was in the midst of packing. So now they're trying to take one isolated incident and then try to make this person's whole persona. I don't know Bobby, but he seems like he not for the foolishness, and it's seeming like his attitude may be so much so is like Angel is telling him what she's been going through, so he didn't already painted a picture about the ladies, and he don't really want to be here, but he gonna be here because Angel wants him to be here, and if I need to step up, then I'm gonna do that, and I just think it is funny because like he is stepping up and showing up. Like there's only been a few husbands who have stepped up and showed up. We got Eddie. We got Chris Bassett. He used to show up all the time. Tia's husband. He seemed like he didn't popped up. So after Angel gives the ladies a tour of her house, and the house is gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie about that. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous house. She even has a specialty drink for Gizelle. And Gizelle was like, that is good, but you gotta jump through hoops for Gizelle. Because, she wants to be treated like a queen. And no matter how much you dog her out, you still want to treat her like a queen. And this is when Angel introduces us to her friends. And the only thing I could describe it was like awkward. It felt almost uncomfortable, her introducing them. Because she was like, hey, this is such and such. He isn't investing. He's making money up in the billions. This is such and such. He is a client of Wonderland, our company. This is such and such. He does A, B, C, and D. This is such and such. This is Nina's husband. And like the men just sat there. They didn't get up, shake hands. They didn't get up and say hi. They didn't even say anything. And it was weird. And it was giving off, hey, single ladies, these are some successful men. Would you like to meet them? And it was also giving off, these men are in this profession. So what is the word I'm looking for? It was almost like, now, maybe this is just my mind thinking, like, setting up for a timeshare presentation. That's the vibe it was giving off. And, like, the ladies were just sitting there like, okay, hi. Nothing received in response to them meeting people. Like, when you meet somebody new, you're like, hi, nice to meet you. Maybe crack a smile. These men gave nothing. Now, granted, some of them are married women, but you can still be polite when you're meeting somebody new. And it felt very off-putting. And that encounter, it gave me a cringe. The ladies sit down to eat. And I'm not going to lie, that food did look good. I've got into salmon lately, which I was never a salmon person. And macaroni and cheese is one of my favorites. So, yeah. And Monique and Gizelle started off, and Monique was like, I like this Angel, and she was like, excuse me, she was like, yeah, your energy was off earlier, and Gizelle, she can't wait to wax him over the head. Yeah, your energy was whacked. And I'm like, y'all sitting here at this lady's house, eating this lady's food, telling her about her attitude. I was like, that was rude and disrespectful. But then when I did get on Gizelle's side when she was talking about the amenities of the house, like, the house, the water's not running at all times. Now, the fact that she was like, we needed a better house close to your house, I'm like, But Angel explains that it's the time of the season where, like, a lot of the places have already been booked up. But Gizelle's not having that. But, like, the water issue, yeah, that's something that needs to be rectified. Like, the house should have running water. And Angel agrees that. She's like, yeah, everybody deserves running water. Especially Gizelle, and even Gizelle and Ashton. I'm like, yeah. But I was like, y'all sitting here eating this woman's food, sitting at this lady's house, sitting on her furniture, and telling her about her attitude. This is why she didn't want y'all at her house. And I'm surprised, but then again, I'm not surprised that it is Monique leading the charge of Angel's attitude. And as I'm sitting here talking right now, I done paused on a clip, and it just reminds me how it just put it in thought how Monique was putting all this trying to compare her situation with Monique was trying to compare her situation with Chris Samuel, with Angel and her husband Bobby. And as I'm looking at this clip right here, we see Bobby playing with the kids while she's off with her friends. And I was like, I don't think Chris would have done something like that, so maybe we shouldn't compare. Here we are yet again talking about Stacy and her relationship with Chris, whether they were friends, whether they were associates. And Stacy has admitted, I've hung out with him socially, and they're still yet again trying to make it something and into it's not. Let's not forget, Stacy and Monique up until this season did not know each other. Stacy was not on from season 5 or 4, 3, or 2. So she had no relationship with Monique. She had no relationship with Chris at the time. They eventually met and became friends, hung out socially. And there is a picture of Chris and Stacy together, but if you look clearly, there is another person at the table. Y'all focusing on this energy, talking about some Monique. She's like, well, you said you haven't said anything, but I'm getting these letters from Chris, and he's saying I'm defaming him, and I'm doing A, and I'm doing B, and I'm doing C, and I'm doing D. And I'm like, what would Stacy get out of going to Chris and talking bad about you? You need to think of the person who would gain something. And if you ask me, it seems like it could be Cookie. I don't know for sure, but how many times when the ladies are with Cookie, Chris's name pops up? Well, Chris just texted me and said this. Chris just texted me and said that. Y'all don't think that's weird? Did Cookie is coming to y'all with the situation? And Monique, you already said you don't have the best relationship with Cookie. And let's not forget, hasn't doggone it Chris Samuels tried to befriend another housewife at some other time? And y'all over calling Stacy a liar? This is coming from Gizelle and this is coming from Ashley, two of the biggest liars on this show. And y'all gonna sit here and call this lady a liar? It's the nerve, gall, and audacity for me. They don't even try to hide it anymore. Gizelle, aren't you known for doggone adding sauce on stuff? Have you actually admitted, I just lied? But we jumping on Stacy. Y'all need to be doggone checking Ashley. That's what Stacy should have done. While Ashley over here putting her 2 cents in. So I was like, I know you ain't here for to talk about somebody's relationship and going back and forth with somebody. When you over there hooking up with one of your friends' sons? And the fact that they didn't spend more time on that is kind of aggravating to me. The way they've been piling up on Stacy. We talked about Doggo Ashley and her. What I feel it's inappropriate because you know this dude since he was at least 15 years old. That's where I think it's inappropriate to me. It's not even the age gap. It's the fact that you've known him since he was 15, what makes it weird for me. I'd have been like, so we gonna say what I got going on, but we ain't got gonna ring in that Ashley's neck. We not gonna go all up in her business about what she was doing with Sharice's son. I would have brought that up every chance I got. Even if it ain't had nothing to do with anything, I would have kept on bringing it up. The ladies have less Angel's place, and they always had something to say because they want Angel to come to the house with them after their activities the following day. And Angel's like, I got to check in with Bobby because, I didn't plan on for him to put the kids to sleep, for him to be so responsible for the kids. She didn't have that in the books because she didn't think she was going to be staying with the house with them. So she was going to, consult with her husband, which me personally, I don't see anything wrong. We have kids. I couldn't just be like, all right, deuces, I'm going to be with the girls. No, we have small children and she is still breastfeeding. So she has to make arrangements for her kids. Now, I don't know why the ladies are acting like they're surprised about this, or maybe in their relationships with their husbands, they were the sole parent taking care of the kids. It's like they was a married, single mother type of situation. I could see that with Ashley, and I could see that with Gizelle as well. The father's not being so hands-on, but Bobby doesn't seem that way. We see him playing with these kids while Angel was, hosting the ladies. So I just thought that was weird that they was bringing that up, but not surprised because this is these ladies doing that. It's not like I have to ask him permission. It's no, I have to doggone talk to him because we have to make arrangements for the kids now because I am not going to be there. This is them parenting. And when they driving back to their Airbnb, when I tell you, it took me flashbacks to like almost 12 years ago when I went to Louisiana with my husband and his family for a family reunion. And we was in Homer, Louisiana, and that was like the country area. No shade against it at all, but they had like a beautiful like lake house. But to get to the lake house, you had to go to the back country where there was no street lights. I had never seen that in my life except in movies. Like, if you don't know this area, you get out of this area before, dark gets you, or you just gonna be completely and utterly lost. Like, I'm already paranoid as it is, because I promise you, I be in the state, like, this ain't got nothing to do with the show, but like, I be paranoid sometimes, like, is that something out there, like, it's dark, so I can't really see. You don't know what's going to pop out on you. And, like, that's why I don't really do the woods like that for real, because you don't know what's going to pop. The ladies finally get back to the house, and there's no running water, which would have irritated me something awful, because that is one thing that I have to do at nighttime is take a shower. I don't care if I have not stepped foot out of the house all day. I am still going to take a shower. And it's going to be an even longer shower if I've been out of the world, because I got to get the dirt of the world off of me. All the elements and these allergies just be acting up. The weather is hot and the weather is cold and all these germs in the air. Yeah, I have to take a shower at night. I don't care how sick I am. I am taking a shower at nighttime. So I would have been highly upset if I had got back to the house and wham bam, thank you ma'am, there is no water. I would have been hot as fish grease. I'm like, so what we gonna do here? Because like I would have been the person like, I need to go to the nearest hotel. Because I'm not finna go without no running water. I just can't do that. I need to wash my hands all the time. What if I want to fix me something to eat? Shoot, I need to take a shower. Then I want to go fix me something to eat. I need to wash my hands before I do that, and I can't do that because there is no running water. Now, I don't know if it's the fault of the Airbnb or it's the area. I don't know. I wouldn't have liked it. That's what I'm saying. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so in my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.